Marjan Satrapi was born in 1969 in Ras, Iran. She grew up in a liberal family. At the age of 14, Satrapi was sent by her parents to study outside her native country so she could grow up in a healthy environment outside the war and violence that consumed his country. After finishing her studies, she decided to go to France, a country that has not left until today. In Paris, he met David B., who was a comic artist. From this relationship, Marjan joined the L Association and created his first comic in 2000 called Persepolis, which was the first Iranian comic book in history. In this comic, she describes her childhood in Iran and all her anecdotes during the war and the revolution in her country. This work reached to have 4 volumes, considered a success and awarded worldwide, selling more than 2,000 copies. Other successes for which Marjan is recognized are embroideries and chicken with plums. Today, many people are convinced of the great capacity that Marjan has to move and amuse people with her great work. Giving a general summary of the book Persepolis, this comic talks about all the political, social, and religious change in Iran from the fall of the Shah to the war between Iran and Iraq, narrated from the personal biography of Marjan Satrapi, the main character of the book. Inasmuch as we read the book, you can see how the personality of the girl is formed and taking position in front of the situation in her country. She is a girl who, although she has lived from a lot of violence and many losses, she is emotionally strong and very active. We can think that her parents influenced a lot in the development of his personality, since they were liberal, modern, and very educated parents, always looking for the best for their daughter with a great unconditional love. That love that made them decide to take her out of the country for her well being and future. During the development of the story, Marjan is always talking about the people around her and how much they mean to her. It can be said that in addition to her parents, the character that influenced the most to her life and that she will never forget were her uncle Anog, considered a man full of values and ideals, a man who was admired and loved by Marjan. Pitifully, he was sadly executed, leaving a great void and pain in her life. On the other hand, was her grandmother, a woman of great character and love for her granddaughter, since she always supported her and helped her grow and mature as a woman, giving her wise advice. From my point of view, it is impressive to know a little bit of the Oriental history through the life of a character like Marjan, since in spite of all the violence and the war she goes through in the civil and external war with Iraq, for me it is very funny reading the story through a comic since it is much easier to understand and more entertaining than we are used to. It is very hard to see how children grow up during the war and see how there is that innocence and love for the things they do, despite all the bombs and death war brings with it. This book teaches us to understand the love between parents and children, teaches us to appreciate life and to be firm in our ideals, always fighting for them. For me, This book makes us reflect about how to take the best advantage of our lives despite the situation that surround us. For me, this is an excellent book full of incredible anecdotes and story, and I will surely recommend it. Thank you very much.